What's going on, family and friends? It's your friend Donovan Hilton, wishing you a happy 2025 and setting an agreement for all your peace and prosperity this year. I'm usually a private person, and I'm sure you haven't seen me post much, really like the last quarter or two, simply because of life experiences. Nothing negative, but going into 2025, I want to make sure I speak on my experiences, speak on where I am, speak on, of course, what I've learned, and be a little more transparent and authentic, if you will, with my audience, my friends, such as yourself. And so, again, we haven't talked in a while, but just staying in agreement for your continued success as my friend. And I have a lot of friends, and I'm talking to you. I have a lot of friends in the business, community, and government relations, or in government areas and business areas, community areas. And so it's hard to connect with everyone, especially when I've been going through life experiences. And I tell you, it's made me a better person, made me that much more wiser. And I definitely look forward to providing more information of my experiences to help you during yours. For example, getting to a point where it's just so uncertain that you have to try something new, or you're going to end up being in a position that you don't want to be in. And that's very broad, but when I say have to try something new, you might have a particular identity or a particular system, program, agenda that you're going through, and that may change. And how do you, as an individual, move forward in those changes? How do you, as an individual, stay mentally charged to be all you can be for yourself? I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a brother, cousin, nephew, uncle, community leader, business leader. I'm a statesman. I've been a elected official for several years, and I've seen, experienced a lot. I really enjoy my life. I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to do and experience what I have. And again, I want to be more transparent, talk about the good, the bad, and the uglies, so that way it can help you. And again, I hope I made sense of my first part as far as, when you're going through uncertain times or your back's against the wall, what are some of the things that you can do? Well, one, you can ask yourself, and when I say ask yourself, now I'm getting to the spiritual side, because what can't be seen are things that truly matter most. I'll say it one more time. What can't be seen are the things that truly matter most. And because there's a lot of elements that we cannot see, does not mean that they don't exist. And that just comes from you doing research, asking questions, knocking on doors, and critically thinking, if you will. And so, again, when I say you're in a position and your back's against the wall, it's a new experience, what can you do? You talk to yourself, and I say yourself again, if you're a person of faith, you go to your faith, you go to your source, but you go to that place, if you will, and you say, how do I get out of this? How do I find a solution? How am I able to move around or forward or past this situation? And what that does is it allows the brain and the various frequencies and processes and sources to do what it needs to do. Your brain is a biological processor, not necessarily maybe quantum aspect of it. So when you're able to again speak and critically think and ask questions and look for solutions, that's when those things pop up. And I've been in these situations many a times where my faith has just had no choice but to become solid. And again, I want to speak on these things as far as all of my experiences, not all of them, but most of them, and how you're able to move through them. Another aspect I want to jump into, for example, is, okay, you ask yourself, how do you, move forward, or how do you find a solution? Another thing I had to do at one point in my life was humble myself and ask for help. What I mean by that was, I've been very fortunate to run a very successful consulting business and serve as a consultant through my business or independently for many years. And I went through a few challenges, really after COVID, financially, with my clients, and also personally. A couple challenges which I'll get into maybe in the future. And I had to make some decisions, I had to make some adjustments. And I was at a point where I just really uncertain, and I had to, again, I was doing research, asking, how do I find a solution? doing research, and one of the solutions that I found was connect with your network. Let them know what's going on. See what they can do to provide assistance or resources. And I reached out it was very humbling. I reached out to a lot of my friends, and guess what? They were providing me with all kind of employment opportunities, income, revenue generating opportunities. And it was really just up to me based upon, my needs and timeline and, what I can do. But I did get resources. So much so that I ended up taking a position as a professional chauffeur. And I'm very fortunate to have a wide range of network of people that I connect with. And someone said, hey, Donovan, I know the owners of this company, and it allow you to, to work and make money, but it also allow you to grow in your skill and meet a lot of people. And I said, well, what position is this? He said, a professional chauffeur, a professional driver for a luxury transportation company. And I'll shout them out in the future. And I was able to take the job, get hired immediately when I went down there, threw on the little suit. And I learned a lot about professionalism. I learned a lot about customer service, chauffeuring, if you will. And make a long story short, once I took the position, I was able to make, payments on my housing and bills within a week based upon the tips that I received. I hadn't even received the paycheck yet, and the tips that I received that week was enough to pay my stuff in like a matter of days. I didn't get tips that big, while I was working there, but I did get tips to where I was able to sustain throughout the weeks with my tips, not including my paycheck, which was also very huge because I was doing a lot of driving. I felt almost 10 to 12 hours a day. And again, that was a position in my life where, my wife was gone, taking care of business. My boys are young, they have school. And actually, I was assisting extended family as well. There was a lot going on. People passing away. My wife had an aneurysm, a radial aneurysm, where she almost passed away in our bed, and she went through surgery and made it. So it was a lot. And I never really try to put stuff up on social media. Privacy is one of my greatest values, and I know that social media is really designed to be the opposite of privacy. And social media is not necessarily a negative thing. It's just how you use it. And for me, I just wanted to really just invest in myself, and more importantly, invest in my family at that time. So whatever identity that I felt I had, whatever identity people saw me with, that wasn't it at that time. I just couldn't do that at that time. And so I had to humble myself and go through a lot of experiences, still going through them, that really helped me as I look back, helped me become the person I am today. And I'm really cold now. In a lot of ways, I just don't move the way I used to move. Everything is more strategic, calculated, and it's made me a better person for myself and my clients. And so for those that don't know, LDH Advising, LDH, as in Lord Donovan Hilton Advising. For those that don't know, fun fact, I'm a registered Lord in the country of Scotland, in an area called Glencoe, courtesy of Highland Titles. And so I'm a Lord, registered Lord. That's just, I'm stimulating minds. So Lord Donovan Hilton, one of the things I'm looking to do is grow an international brand and serve as a senior advisor to head of state figures in African countries, as well as multinational corporation leaders. I want to serve as senior advisors to these individuals. And I'm in that role at a local level and a state level with business, community, and government relations. But I want to do it internationally. Because at the end of the day, it's an international system, if you will, because your local is parallel to your international, and your international is parallel to your local. And you got to find a mesh and a mix between them all. And I've been very fortunate to go through the local level, the state level, being slowly introduced to the national level, to one day be introduced to the international level. And if you go to my websites, Hilton Elite Marketing Agency, or Vote for Donovan Hilton on YouTube. I'm not websites, go to my channels on YouTube, Hilton Elite Marketing Agency, or Vote for, numerical number 4, Donovan Hilton. You'll be able to find some of my experiences working with African heads of states and dignitaries, presidents, and going to embassies and building relationships and bridging gaps between the African diaspora countries and the Western countries, if you will, starting with the United States of America. I want to just throw out some names. Kwame Ahima, he's from Ghana, and introduced me to Dr. Erikana Shimbori, the former ambassador between the African Union and the United States of America during President Barack Obama's campaign. And she's introduced me again, through meeting Kwame, to a number of dignitaries. There's so many I just can't think of them right now. Bad joke if you've seen The Office, Tracks of My Tears. If you've seen The Office, there's a part where Ryan was like, oh, there's so many songs. And Pam was like, okay, name another song besides Tracks of My Tears, which was a popular single. He couldn't name any. So my point is, I'm saying, I know all these heads of states and things, I can't name any. I'm gonna say Dr. Joyce Banda. She was the first, I believe the first woman president of the Republic of, the first woman president of the Republic of Malawi. She was the second most powerful person in Africa at one time. I'm not speaking out of ignorance. Dr. Joyce Banda. Shoot, man, there's so many. Nalika, she's not a head of state, but Nalika Mandela. She was the first granddaughter to Nelson Mandela. I had a chance to chauffeur her around, introduce her to business, community, and government officials in the Nashville, Tennessee area. She, again, the first granddaughter of Nelson Mandela, and caregave for Nelson Mandela until he passed away. So many others, that's crazy. The Democratic Republic of the Congo. Again, I'll send you some links to my websites, and you can see them all. But I have so many stories, so many experiences, and I just want to make sure that moving forward, I'm able to break them down, be more authentic in where I am. You see I don't have the suit and tie on. I usually have a suit and tie on and doing all that, and I still do that, but life's a little different. Not in a negative way, not in a positive way. It just is what it is, and I've been very fortunate to go through those processes. So again, LDH, Lord Donovan Hilton Advising, LDH Advising. Check out my website, ldhadvising.com. Serve as an advisor to businesses and organizations looking to build and maintain stronger relationships with business, government, and community leaders in urban areas. And I also help those brands build their brand and make it more appealing to increase their customer base and their community presence in urban areas. And so I've been doing this for a long time. And because of that, I started a podcast called Insight into Insight. Insight into Insight, all things societal, where I have an opportunity to talk with business, government, and community leaders. I interview them, and we just basically make it make sense when it comes to business, government, and community relations, because that's what's happening in the process of a society, at least in a capitalistic society that I know of. Your government is pretty much laying down the territory, if you will, and the regulations and the policies within those territories for the businesses to come in and produce, in which respectfully the community residents come in to not only serve as staff members for the team, but respectfully to consume. Is it right? I don't know, but that's just what it is. And then when we have individuals working and consuming, they want to make sure that they are in an area where they're able to live, work, and play comfortably. And so what does that look like? And there's a lot of ins and outs to it. And again, to make a long story short, just wanted to just touch base with you, give you a long drawn out about where I am. I usually don't do all this, but I'm gonna start doing it. And I might have a suit on, I might not, and I'm gonna look to just be more vulnerable, be more authentic. And again, I just wanna thank all of my friends. Majority of my friends that I have are mentors to me. The majority of my friends are older than me, husbands, fathers, business leaders, community leaders, government leaders. I know and work with some very powerful women that have been great mentors to me. I'm thinking of you. If you're thinking of me right now, I'm thinking of you, because you've helped me in so many ways. There's situations where, from a PR standpoint, I've had women step in that were community leaders, step in and help with conversations, simply because I was representing a client or in the community. So I would love to talk about all these things to you and with you, and that's why I feel like because of the positions I've been in, I don't want to say a lot of people talk a good game, but I've been in some very unique positions, nothing negative or scary or anything like that, but unique positions to really recognize how the world goes around. And I was elected official, regional vice chair for one political party for a number of years, overseeing 7 councilmatic districts for this area, reported only to the vice chair and the chair of the party, and then of course at the state level I reported to them. And once my term was up, I wanted to to really make sure I was continuing to connect with leaders and decision makers to represent and to bring access to my community. So I stepped away from the position that I was in because I was going to the other side of the aisle, built some really great relationships with people on the other side of the aisle, and I got a lot of backlash for people that were on the original aisles I was with, calling me everything under the name, everything you could think of, token black man, everything, nothing negative. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm grateful for being in those positions, because how can you teach and train when you don't know what it is? How can you teach and train and then teach and train and allow and help someone to still find the peace, still find the positive, still find the learning experience, still find the compassion in the people that you're dealing with? You can only do that by going through it. And so I'm so fortunate to go through it, to have the grace, and to be able to say I went through it. And whatever it is, because as an advisor, people are coming to you for information, coming to you for solutions, coming to you for brainstorming activities, and you can only do that by really learning and studying, but also experience. You know, fun fact for those that don't know, I'm over 100 hours provided. I've served over 100 hours as a behavioral therapist as well. I said it again, I've served over 100 hours as a behavioral therapist, probably a lot more by the time you look at this video, where I have an opportunity to assist individuals with maintaining and using and utilizing productive behavior habits and patterns, and to understand and process situations emotionally to where you're able to function in society, change mindsets, change responses by asking questions, by providing gentle parenting, if you will, for individuals. And I take all those skills into how I build and maintain relationships for myself, build and maintain relationships for others. If you have any questions, check out my website. If you want to connect with me, I provide a free assessment. You go to my website, ldhadvising.com. I provide a free assessment. So if you complete the questionnaire and the form, as far as where you are and where you want to be with your organization, I'll provide a free assessment and email it back to you. If you want me to do a pre-recorded explainer video explaining the assessment, I'll do that at an additional fee. And then if you want, I provide hourly advising sessions and monthly retainers if you want more insight, access, and resources to help you increase or help you generate more leads, help you increase your brand, and help you maximize your cross-promotion opportunities. Again, to increase your customer base or your presence in the community. It's a science and an art of how that works. And conflict resolution, both externally in the community and the market, and internally with their team, is so important. I work with real estate developers, employers, career training organizations to help them increase their brand, customer base, applications. Work with businesses, medium-sized businesses that want to reach a new customer segment, and small businesses and nonprofits to help them increase their customer base and raise funds. So it's been a great journey. So check out my website. I would love to connect with you through that. And I'll leave you all with my friends. I've also been just eating healthy, drinking healthy, and exercising. You know, if it's just a few minutes a day. I don't do it all in front of the camera. I might do one in front of the camera, but stay exercised, or continue to exercise. I'm trying to make this video quick, so continue to exercise, continue to eat healthy, continue to, have a healthy diet, get plenty of rest, find balance and find peace. Because if you don't have that balance and peace, or you don't know how to obtain that balance and peace, this world could bring more challenges, and it could limit your opportunities, and we don't want that. And I want to speak on those things. So I hope I can link all the stuff that I do in the message, as well as check out my website. If you want me to speak on anything when it comes to managing relationships, building relationships, fundraising, attracting and connecting with prospective customers, I do a lot of soft skill training for housing authorities and their team, soft skills as far as how do you connect and talk with your staff and team members, as well as those that are, your vendors or your customers, all those good things. So peace and prosperity to you. Happy New Year's. Reach out to me if you have any questions. All is well. Malik and the boys say hi. send their love, and I could talk a little bit about as well, serving as a husband, going through those situations, running a business, being in the community, having your wife as a business partner, managing that, and just being, again, as a husband, just being someone that, not necessarily a pushover, but ensuring that everyone has the best attitude to be able to maneuver in the household while still providing that structure and guidance and assistance with your family members, with their help. So reach out. Happy New Year's. Congrats in advance for your success in 2025. And I look forward to continuing to connect with you through these videos in the future. Peace.